Welcome back to another episode of my vain Let's Play. No 60-second roundup this time after Atom unfortunately met his end in episode 5, so we're kicking off episode 6 in character creation. Because as one chapter ends, a new one begins, and I asked you to help me build my next character. So after reading through and replying to all of your suggestions, let's jump into character creation. Thank you to those on screen now who contributed their ideas to our new character, namely to Tarsis6123 for the suggestion of name and backstory. I've taken the vibe of this suggestion and tweaked it to accommodate the idea of a thief build, namely from Marshall Kincaid 6953, as I think lockpicking is going to be quite useful to us. So let's create our character. So the name we're going for is Bosun. We will just make him have a face. There we go. And we'll give him some hair. Let's change the eye colour. I think Atom was a blue-eyed chap. So let's change the eye colour and let's have some hair this time. A little bit of facial hair as well. Let's do the face. There we go. I think that looks like a bosun to me. And then we will adjust body as well. And then I'm going to copy to clipboard, and we'll make sure that we pop him into our game world. We're staying in the existing world that we set up and that Atom died in, with the same settings and the same punishing sort of, situation that we're in. However, I do appreciate those who were in the comments sort of being kind in terms of their character suggestions so that I didn't have too much of a hard time. So let's copy this, and let's jump into our world and create the character in there. Right, so here we are. We're in our world, and yes, we can see in the distance, underwater, some ambulance lights. There's a siren, but I'll get rid of that for you so it doesn't irritate your ears. Now, Bosun is an athlete who, after receiving a head injury from playing lacrosse, now suffers from anosmia. Now, unfortunately, the injury caused him to drop out of college, and he turned to a life of crime before the apocalypse began. So he's angry at the world and has bloodlust as a uniqueness. In terms of his starting stats, we're going to go with vitality. I think we're going to need that. Strength. And also agility. That's because of his athletic sort of roots, so that's his specialist stats, if you like. And hopefully that means that we're prepared for the apocalypse. Now, he turned to a life of crime after his injury, playing lacrosse at college. So we're going to start off as a thief, which means that sneaking and lockpicking will get a nice little boost. And he's going to have anosmia, which could make this a little bit of a challenge. But also because of his anger at the world, we'll go for bloodlust. I think we might also take nomad as well. Let's do it. Let's be different. And then in terms of starting location, I didn't get many suggestions on this. So I think I'm going to start where Atom ended, pretty much, which is in Lion Mountain. And let's see how cruel the game wants to be to us in terms of our starting location. Okay, well, we've still got power on, so that's a good sign. I am fully anticipating that to go off within the first week still. We can use up our agility. Okay, so what I'm typically going to do with these is take XP gained. I say whilst double checking, but yeah, we'll take XP gains so that we can level those up quicker. For vitality, vitality is one where I don't tend to take that, and I tend to take the max health. So I am going to take the increased max health. I think that's probably a sensible thing for us to do. And then we'll also look at strength, and whilst it's really tempting to take more carry weight, especially because you know how much I love to hoard things, I am going to take the muscle memory for that as well. Now, obviously, we've started off with a schematic for lockpick because of the profession we've taken, and also a magazine for sneaking. So that's something that we can look to level up. And we've got a generous 10 lockpicks to get started. And here we can see Bosun is in. Right. The aim for today is we didn't really have very solid foundations, I don't think, when we played with our dear Atom. So I think the ambition has got to be that we try and find somewhere to base up nice and quickly, and that can then sort of start to be our focus. Our loot settings are obviously the same as the world that we were in before, which is less loot. So we need to take advantage of what we can find. Food obviously being a bit of a priority for us, as it always is. And I am going to take a little bit of a learn out of my own initial tips video, and I'm going to start filling some sinks and things like that behind us as well, because we never know when the water's going to start turning off for us. Hopefully it won't be too soon. Obviously we do start with a crowbar as well, which is a happy thing to begin with, and we've got a cookie. Happy days. Okay. First lock to pick. Nicely done. Okay. I'm trying to be a little bit sneakier. Let's open this, and we've got some burnt cream, so we'll take that. Not that bothered about shampoo at the moment. Can't dismantle things yet. And let's fill these sinks. Make sure we've got access to water should we need it. Inevitably, it's going to shut off soon. Seeds, glow sticks, yes. I do quite like that picture, but, you know, we'll focus on aesthetics when we've actually got somewhere to take the aesthetics to. We will absolutely take that. That could be good for relaxation purposes. So could a comic book. And again, I really appreciate all of the sort of hints and tips that you guys leave for me in the comments as well. They're really, really helpful. I'm going to take a dart, and we've already found a gun, which is very, very good news, I think. I'm going to try my best not to use it because of the amount of noise that that's going to create, but we will make sure that we've got it and that it is loaded. Good. I also like the fact that it seems to be 5:30 in the morning, so we don't need to worry too much about sleeping straight away. Hopefully we can get to a point where we've got somewhere to sort of base up. I've got a couple of ideas in mind for base locations. This is fantastic, by the way, as a start. The amount of prescription medication we've got is going to really help us out. We've done that. Okay. I think we've looted this place pretty much clean. Oh, can't destroy any candles yet. Oh, there is an RV over there. And we have got a car. Oh. There's temptation already. Let's see what we can find here in terms of tools. And of course, the one reality of the situation in the way that Atom's death sort of came about is that he took all of that wonderful prison loot with him. And I don't think that that's going to be very easy to find again. We've already got a pan. That's amazing. Going to, yep. Oh, and spray paint. Happy days. We need that. Tools. We'll take tools. Screws. Soil, I'm not going to worry about yet. Watering can, I'm also not going to worry about yet. I'm going to prioritise my loot, which I know doesn't sound very much like me. But I think we've got to. Right, compass, hacksaw, that's useful. Hammer, amazing. Thermometer as well. Okay, let's equip our utility slots then. So we have got our cell phone. We are right in the heart of Lion Mountain. I suppose, yeah, that's where we ended our last episode. So we have moved a little bit further west. I think in terms of base locations, I'm sort of thinking that maybe to start off with at least, maybe a cabin, maybe a farm. But we kind of want something that's a little bit off the beaten track that I think we can actually secure, and that's not going to be around a crazy population of zombies. I think that's a sensible thing to do. Fireworks, yes, absolutely. I'm going to take those and a shovel. And I think that'll stand us in good stead if we go that way. And is that a military zombie that I see? And that's the first zombie we see. We will absolutely take advantage of that. Apologies, sir. Thank you very much. We will take your combat pack. We will wear that, and that's going to increase our maximum weight from 125 to 275 in terms of pounds. Jacket's probably not a bad thing to take. That's probably... I'm just going to take the clothes. I think the clothes are probably going to be quite worthwhile. And then we're going to hop into this garage and see what we've got. Bit of lockpicking. Great. Make the most of having electricity. Think. Towel, happy days. We can start dismantling things. Things like fishing rods we could do with. Fishing bait. All of that sort of stuff's going to be important to us. Not major worried about car things. We can always go on specific sort of loot runs for things in terms of cars. Some scrap's not a bad idea though. Heavy staples. You can already hear footsteps outside. Nice, okay. Yes, we'll take that. Right, okay. I was going to do my utility slots, wasn't I? So let's think about that. Thermometer. Pop that in there. I'm going to put a compass for when inevitably our car battery runs out. I think that'd be a useful thing to have. We've done all of our searching. You can hear footsteps. I think they're on the other side of the fence, though. Now, will we have more luck with car alarms this time? I hope so. That sounds close. Not going to be in the glove box. I mean, the chances of hot wiring that are pretty remote, but have I got any gloves on either? No. I mean, we'll try it. Okay. Ah. And we're in line mounted, aren't we? So I believe that that is the museum over there. And that is not a bad place to go and have a little bit of a rummage around. Oh gosh. Is that my own car alarm that's going off? Great. So, to clarify, I broke into the car, I hotwired the car, but then a zombie came and hit the car, and that set off the alarm. Will it turn off? We might have to ditch the car. Okay, alright. The alarm has gone off. Let's just try and blindly trust that that won't happen again. Right. Okay. And let's hope that that didn't make too much of a fuss up at the Lion Mountain Museum, because we would like to loot that, ideally. That would be good. Now, I did back there see one of those mail vans, and I've got to say, for the purposes of like looting and stuff, they are tempting. Now, what we could do with is a police zombie, because armor would be really good right now. I'm going to take care of the sprinter, because there we go. And I think one thing we are a bit short on is bandages, so take a couple of bandages with us. We probably want to be relatively quick in terms of looting these places at the moment, because of that lack of armor that we've got on. What have we got here? Scrap. I mean, I would take wood scrap because that will be enough for a utility cabinet. 5 wood scrap. Take a couple of planks, why not? More wood scrap, more nails. Happy days. Okay. We also need to remember, sleep. Sleep is important. Now, sledgehammer. 1 will be enough, he says, sadly. I appreciate I don't need both. Geode. Got some crystals. Pickaxe. Fantastic. Pick our way into here if we can. Amazing. Lockpicking is leveling up. Take the headlamp and a hard hat. And yeah, I know that this is going to be useful stuff, but in those quantities it's probably not going to be that useful for us. Same with coal. I'm thinking like weight to usefulness ratio. Probably a little bit off there, isn't it? I keep on thinking I'm going to break a lockpick and then somehow manage to rescue it at the last minute. And is that... Oh, batteries. Amazing. We'll take that. A weapon case. Oh my goodness. Get in there. Oh my goodness. What a start in terms of weapons. I also don't like the fact that that alarm was flashing. Oh, I think it's the trait of the thief, isn't it? It means that you can lockpick your way into buildings and the alarms don't go off for you. I will let you know that there's a funny quirk that if you are playing online, the alarm does still go off for your friends. I found that out when playing with a couple of mine. Right. Very good. Got some scratches on us already. Now, given what happened last time, I am going to go risk-averse in terms of things like scratches. Completely appreciate the fact that that hasn't got the warning next to it about an infection, but levels of risk. And I think the ambition has always got to be that we want the character to last longer than the last one. I think that's a good ambition to have. What's down this way? And now we're doing the typical thing that I always do, which is we drive with the ambition of getting somewhere. Not quite sure yet where, to be fair. And then I get distracted by big buildings that look fun. What is this? Oh, yes, the fire department. Well, surely there's going to be an axe or two in here. Gosh, that got quite graphic quite quickly, didn't it? the gun away. Okay, we've got Sprinter incoming. Okay. Oh my goodness, is that a SWAT zombie? A SWAT zombie, yes please, we need you. I would like your bulletproof vest. And your riot helmet. Oh, 2 at a time. Take that. Okay, it's not great in terms of condition, but can't turn our nose up at that at the moment. We don't need that armor. There we go. So we'll put a helmet on. It's probably going to make us really hot. Sounds really busy in here. Flashlight we'll take. Oh, accidental swing of the crowbar. Crafting. Amazing. Really good magazine to find for a low crafting skill character. Lockpick. Okay, I will pick those lockers. Take a cell phone. And a lighter and batteries. Amazing. Okay, I think I'm starting to feel good. I'm slightly nervous about what we're going to face in the next room. Because it sounds incredibly busy. And how many of them are sprinters? Okay, more than... Come on. Okay, very exerted. Have we got any more sprinters in here? Another military zombie. I wonder if I can pick these locks, or whether I'm not high enough. Yeah. Okay. No. Lock picking 25. We're not there yet. Okay, we're doing alright. We are doing okay. At least our antibiotic is engaged. Don't like this when they're both there. I do like it when they hit each other though. That gives me great joy. Where did that chef come from? Really don't like the crawlers. Hey, we're dispatching them. We are dispatching them. I can't take the credit either. Great shout on the character build. Right. Okay, nice. Okay, let's have a look. Combat pack is in such better condition. We got anything else on you? $6, we'll take that. I'll let you keep on making your odd noises. Chances of us finding an axe feels a little bit remote. Oh my goodness. We're getting some fortune. I like it. I am very aware that, you know, RNG God does give and take away at the same time, so, you know, let's hold tight for another car alarm or something. To be expected. Respirator might not be a bad thing to take. I just... staple gun. Okay. I just sort of expected that these toolboxes would be filled with, like, car stuff, which Yeah, granted, some of them have been. But, like, yeah, to get an axe is... I'm happy with that. Charcoal, not a bad thing to take in terms of fuel. For fires, there's quite a few zombies out there waiting for us by the looks of it. Let's, shelves being locked. Whoa, sprinter. Okay. There we go. Got anything good on you, sir? Nope. Okay, there's another sprinter. That one sprinted in here, that third one. Okay. Ooh, this is a pretty intense start. Oh my goodness. Okay. Debit card we'll take. Dollars we will take. Dollars are good. They might be able to help us out. Not a clue which one of these we haven't looted. There we go. Okay. We need to pick the lock of the ambulance, and then hopefully there'll be some more medical bits inside to help us out. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. Oh, didn't mean to jump on top. Come on. Brilliant. All of that, and we get nothing. Great. Good to know in terms of tyres, I suppose. Keep an ear out for sprinters. We've got rain. I do have a bit of an obsession with picking up every tool. I'm fully aware that I don't need every tool, and that I do pick up duplicates. My theory is that when you've got like crafting benches and you need to have them in there, you kind of can't have too many, and anything that is spare you can just dismantle. So that tends to be my logic when it comes to this stuff.
Bulleted. This is it.
Is there any cameras here? No. Amazing water already. I feel like that zombie got more hits on me than any of the other ones. Like, put together. Okay. Right, I think we've picked this place relatively clean. I am sort of considering whether we should be making the most of vending machines at the moment, but taking a bit of a risk and saying no. Okay. Now, I was really intrigued by... Obviously, there was a petrol station in this direction as well. But equally, I was more interested in driving past the petrol station. Oh, we've got the quarantine centre over that way. And thinking about this. One sounds very close. Okay. It's locked. I'm not gonna try and get into it straight away. I would like it, but I want to loot the building first. Oh no, we've lost a lockpick. Oh, and then you tweak it. A kettle is not a bad thing to get out of one of these. And a cowboy hat, well, you kind of have to. Amazing. Okay. Chance this could be alarmed, but... As I say, I think with our traits... No, not another lockpick. Should be fine in terms of the alarm. Right, fill that sink up. Stay hydrated. Got an eraser. Oh, granola bar. Another cowboy hat. And a shampoo bowl. Incredible. Incredible scenes. And I am half tempted by the CCTV cameras, but maybe we just remember this was the location where we saw them. And once we've got ourselves a base location, we can come back. Also got to start thinking about, like, when's it going to be night time? Thank goodness. Strength, yes. A lockpick. Cruel. Come on. No. Could really have done with a decent magazine. Let me find some lights to pop on in here whilst I'm in here. Okay. Oh, this is lock. Difficult lock. Okay, we haven't found a key for the truck outside. And I want the truck outside. So... Ugh. My chances of success here are so limited. Come on. Let's be lucky, please. Right. Like and subscribe, please, if you haven't already. Really appreciate it. And if you do that, maybe we can hotwire this truck. Oh, you know that one. There was one time where that worked. Oh no. Just damaging it. We're just damaging it and damaging me. A little bit every time. Okay. Okay. We're up. We're good to go. Now, I'm going to suggest that we head into the sticks a little bit more. I mean, there is a mattress there. It's just tempting. Let's think. Base locations. Base locations. Let's go. Should we go and see what's in Sign Mountain area and that pond there? Or should we go a bit more central? Let's go central. I think we could always venture into the sort of the edges of the map when the map's going to be expanded. And we want to go left and then left again. Okay. Could really do with a sat-nav. And it's, you know, it is supposed to be 2033. Okay, keep going. Nice houses. Not quite as remote as I think I'd like the base to be. I think I'd like us to be a little bit off the beaten track. Somewhere that needs a little bit of work. But ultimately somewhere that we can fortify. Do we go towards Chasey Highlands, or do we continue this way and then go dirt roads down? Which way does this take us? Okay, well, we made that decision. We're going to take the dirt road, and then we'll head down that direction. There is the mill there. Very aware of the mill. Like the mill a lot. Probably a bit big for a solo base up. And I think this was where we said we'd go. Loads of barbed wire fences. That's good news. A little bit more remote for hunting. Not that we've got the equipment to hunt with yet. Well, that was a fox that just ran across us. I think we keep on going here and then get to the T junction. Go right. That wasn't a T junction, was it? No. It was a T junction, it wasn't a T junction. Yeah, that's more like it. There's a deer over there. Now hopefully, oh come on, got nothing. I mean, I saved a bunny's life. Let's go for that. I saved a bunny's life. I may not have got any dinner for it, but at least I saved the life of an innocent bunny that can now run free in the world. Don't know what the roadkill laws are in the US, but I think in the UK, as long as you're not the one that does it, you can, in theory, then pick up the animal and take it home and eat it. I don't know if that's folklore. Could be completely wrong. That could just be the sort of thing that my parents told me when I was younger. Don't know why they would. But hey. Train wreck. Now I know I've got an ability to do some lockpicking. But to what extent? Yes, I am completely ignoring the fact that I just happened to have an argument with that lamppost. Okay. What have we got? 75 lockpicking. Well, we ain't there yet. I think that's fair to say. We will remember this location. And potentially return. Probably would have been really wise, by the way, to have topped up with fuel before we drove away from that little petrol forecourt in Lion Mountain. I'm obviously being charitable because I'm letting the deer run free as well. I think that's the first zombie we've seen for a little while, though. And that would be a good thing, I think, for us. Is if we can set up somewhere. Okay, normal tarmac. And we're in farming country. There is a farm over there. Oh yeah, that is. You'll see that farm in an upcoming video. I won't tease too much. Something about late game tips. That one will feature. And then we've got a couple of warehouses. I'm not a huge fan of the idea of basing up in a warehouse. You know me, guys. I like homeliness. And a warehouse doesn't really give you homeliness. I appreciate you could turn it into homeliness, but it just doesn't feel very cozy. And if you can make a warehouse feel cozy, then you're probably better at interior design than I am. Ooh, now this might be... thinking noises. I mean, there's a boar in there, which instantly means that I don't really want to go and take that on. There is a deer. I mean, I didn't technically kill that. Alright. Did I reverse a little bit? Yes. Did it run into the back of my truck and die? Yes. But it ran into my truck. I didn't run the truck into it. Now, the ambulance depot over there is interesting. Not for a base, though, I don't think. And then... And this is, funny enough, this is an area I have not really explored before. Storage. There is an RV. Not really going to be homely, is it? But I do love storage containers. I also like the idea of storage wars. You know? They did a UK version. I can never remember the presenter's name. But him saying pounds instead of bucks and dollars, it was interesting. Don't know if I was a fan of it. And you know, ultimately these things are never real, are they? Whereas I like the idea of like real storage wars. Not like, yeah, not battling over. Tinfoil hat might need that. Not battling over, you know, storage bins in a physical sense, but, you know, the thought of it not being staged and scripted. Like this. Maybe that's what we should be doing now. Maybe this is what we should be doing. Let's eat. Why not? Eat a slice of bread from somebody's storage bin. Something you'd never do in real life. Do you know what? I've come here, and this is purely to satisfy my hoarding. Like, I'm so desperate to hoard in every survival game that I play. Quite like that chair. Oh no, I don't. It's quite tatty. Or it would have been a lovely chair. That one was just open, by the way. I didn't pick that lock. Should leave that open, otherwise I'm going to get confused. It doesn't take a lot. We all know that. Do. Oh. Seeds, like seeds, don't really weigh anything. I'm ignoring backpacks because we've got the military one. Appreciate we have only got one military one, but still. The amount of these which are just left open. Incredible. A muffin? Again, would you? Would you take these things from a storage bin? Probably not, but then if it's the apocalypse, what are your choices? And now this, hear me out, it's not an exciting base location, but if we need to sleep, this could be a place to do it. I'm going to destroy the box, because then it's clear. Bandage. Okay, now we're very encumbered because I've been going around and picking up stuff that I don't even really need. Inevitable. Matches, great. We just got fishing bait, which is very helpful for us indeed. We'll do a bit of fishing, I think, at some point. It's quite a zen activity that also gives us food, which ticks quite a few boxes. Right, let's do the end of this row. Ugh. Disappointing. Oh, this one's locked. Maybe that means good stuff. They actually wanted to protect their storage in here. Ooh. Big shed that's also locked. Now we're getting somewhere. Tools is something. Some raw leather. Take that. Tools is something we need. Some of the circular saw would be good. Any like industrial or hydraulic stuff, like a nail gun, anything like that would be amazing. I also, yeah, we'll take that. I also can't believe that we've not yet come across more lockpicks. Like, that feels quite cruel. Is that an air bed? Yes, it's an air mattress. Gun stuff like this. What? Nobody wants with like. Look, don't get me wrong. Love a taser. You all saw me in that prison. I love a taser. But you don't want to be unlocking something huge like that and finding a taser. And why is it under that much protection? Loads of arrows. Just do with a bow. No. Lockpicks? No. Schematics? That'd be good. Amazing. Okay. Alright, we've done this row. Let's do a little bit of storage prioritization. Let's be good. Into the back of the truck. Use the shelves. And let's get rid of all the stuff that we need for crafting that we don't need to be carrying on us. And then let's do a little bit of a reality check in terms of this stuff too. I'll carry one hammer, one screwdriver, saw is useful, enhanced lock I don't even really need. I want one. I'll tell you why. I just do. Industrial and welding wires. This is stuff that we don't really need. Honors at least. There we go. Scissors. One load of scissors. Pretty useful. Sledgehammer we don't need to be carrying. Don't need that many of those. Spare one of those. Towel we could put away. And there we go. I think we're in a really good spot. Axe. Plunger. Yeah. Taser. I think we'll leave all of those in here too. Paddle. I'll add to quick use because it's a paddle. Why not? And then I think we will have a look in a few of these bins as well. That is amazing. Powered drill, not a powdered drill. That's a very different thing. Lithium battery, wire, drill bits. Incredible. That's the sort of stuff that we want. Night of the Living Dead. We need that. Clinic kit. Let's unpack that. Painkillers. Okay. Do a bit of lockpicking. I like the idea of basing up around this sort of area because I don't know if you've noticed, but how many of those wretched Zeds have we come across? Not many. Oh, okay. Do you know what? I didn't know that was a thing. I have learnt something. The thought of eating... Is it still alive? I don't think I want to take and hold it. Like, I'm not scared of spiders, but I've got a feeling I'd be scared of that one. Easy. Oh my goodness, it's a schematic for a cast iron pan. We've completed the game. We've completed it. And an industrial driver. We've completed the game. That's it, guys. It's over. We've got a schematic for a cast iron pan. Baseball bats as well. Oh. This has been a terrific start. This has been a really good place to come and have a looting spree. Who would have thought? Storage wars, people. More schematics for driver bits too. Right. Sports equipment locker. Come on, more baseball bats would be amazing. I'm not asking for much. We've got a basketball and a hockey stick. That'll do me. And a couple of boxing helmets. Yes. Oh my goodness, another baseball bat. Flashlight, whiskey, canned tomatoes. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Another baseball bat. Oh, we are in weaponry heaven. Oh my goodness. And that would complete the look. I mean, that'll help us out in winter. That is phenomenal. I think we've had a really good start here. RNGesus has been on our side. Now, as we look at the map, we are a little bit further south than I thought we'd end up being. We obviously started off over in Lion Mountain. this episode, and we have made our way over this direction. Now, what I am looking for in terms of a base is something that's a little bit off the beaten track. It's not in a main town, but it's got good access to main towns, and ideally will be somewhat central. A cabin does sound fun, but I'm wondering whether that would have enough room for everything that we'd need. So what I'd really like from you, please, pretty please, down in the comments, you've seen that I am actively reading them and actively loving your suggestions. If you've got any base locations in this kind of an area which are off the beaten track and that have got enough room for all of the activities that we will need to be doing, crafting, building, all of that sort of stuff, then let me know down in the comments. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. We're going to get some sleep now because, you know, that's a thing that we need to be doing in this game, and you should never forget that. If you haven't liked or subscribed, it's a free thing to do, and it really helps me out massively, so I'd appreciate it if you did. And when we come back to episode 7, yes, episode 7, we're going to continue with some Storage Wars hunting, and I will be reviewing the base location suggestions, and maybe, just maybe, we'll look to base up in the next episode. Thanks so much for watching. I've been DeadZedje, and I'll catch you next week.